with our cream yarn, we're going to start with a standing half treble to any corner space. Chain 2 and work another half treble into that corner space. So now we're going to work a front post treble around the next 3 stitches. And then we're going to work 10 half trebles over the next 10 stitches. So that should bring you up to the last treble before your V-stitches. So now we're going to work a front post treble around that first treble of your first V. Then we're going to work 2 half trebles into the chain 1 space. And then we're going to work a front post treble 2 tog over the next 2 trebles here. So yarn over, round, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, move on to the next treble, grab the yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, so you've got 3 left on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and that'll bring them 2 trebles together to make a front post treble 2 tog. Okay, so we're going to do that another 4 times. So into the next chain 1 space, we're going to work 2 half trebles, 1, 2, then we're going to do a front post treble 2 tog again. Two half trebles into the next chain, 1 space, treble 2, front post treble 2 tog. So one more time, 2 half trebles into the chain 1 space and front post treble 2 tog over the next 2 trebles that make up your V's. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to work 2 half trebles into that last chain 1 space. Then we're going to work a front post treble around that last treble that makes up that last V to mirror this one here. There we go. So now we're going to work 10 half trebles over the next 10 stitches. So that should leave 3 stitches left on that edge, and we're going to work front post trebles around each of them. Then in the corner we're working a half treble, chain 2 and a half treble. Okay, so that's the edge that we're repeating. So just remember it's your half treble, 2 chain, half treble into the corner, 3 front post trebles, 10 half trebles, then you've got a front post treble around that first treble that makes your first V, and you put in a half treble, 2 half trebles into each of the chain 2, chain 1 spaces with a front post, treble, 2 tog in between each of them. Okay, so you should have 4 front post, treble, 2 togs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of 2 half trebles in each of the chain 1 spaces, and then finishing that off to match this side with the front post treble around that last treble that forms your last V. Okay, so if you can do that along each edge. So in between each of your chain 2 corner spaces for around 16, you should have 44 stitches. So you've got your 1 half treble here on either side, your 3 front post trebles on either side, your 10 half trebles on either side, then your front post treble, and then your 2 half trebles, a tog, 2 half trebles, a tog, and your 2 half trebles that should sit in the centre there. So that should all count up to 41 stitches, remembering that your tog only counts as 1 stitch, and you've got your 2 half trebles in between each of your togs there. Okay, so if you've got that for each size, let's move on to round 17. So with our grey yarn, we're going to join with a standing treble to any corner space. Then we're going to work another 2 trebles into the corner. Then we're going to chain 2 and work another 3 trebles into that same corner space. So now we're going to miss the first stitch and work 3 half trebles into the next lot of stitches. So I'm missing that one, and we're working a half treble into each of the next 3 stitches. Then we're going to work a treble over the next 3 stitches. So you've got your trebles into your corner, then 3 half trebles, and 3 trebles. We're going to miss the next stitch and work a V-stitch into the one after that. Then we're going to miss the next 2 stitches and work a V-stitch. We're going to do that 9 times. So when you've done that 9 times, so you should have 10 V's in total, because that first one wasn't part of your repeat, because you were only missing 1 stitch there, not 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we're going to miss 1 stitch and work 3 trebles over the next 3 stitches. Then we're going to work a half treble over the next 3 stitches. Ooh. Then we're going to miss a stitch and work 3 trebles, two chain and 3 trebles all into that corner space. Okay, so that's round 17. That's what you're repeating again around each edge. So in total you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 V stitches, making sure you're just missing 1 stitch on either side, and then for the rest of it in the middle you're missing 2 stitches in between each of your V's. And then you've got your 3 trebles on either side, and then your 3 half trebles on either side, with 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles in each corner. Okay, so just repeat that along each edge, and then we'll take a look at it. So in between each of your chain 2 spaces, you should have 48 stitches. That'll be your 3 trebles that go into the corner space from the previous round. So them 3 there. 3 half treble on either side. 3 treble on either side. And then your 10 V stitches. So each one of them is 3 stitches because you've got 2 trebles and a chain 1. So in between each of your V stitches, you need to have missed 2 stitches. And on either side of your V's, you need to have missed 1 here. So miss 1 there, then in between all these, you need to have missed 2. So your V's should be sitting in the top of the treble 2 tog, front post treble 2 togs. As you can see there, they just sit in the top of them. Okay, so if you've got 48 stitches in between each of your chain 2 corner spaces, that's including your chain 1 space, then we should be able to go on to the next round. So for round 18, we're going to join with our mocha yarn to any corner space with a half treble, the standing half treble. Then we're going to chain 2 and work another half treble into that same space. Then we're going to work a half treble into each of the next 3 stitches. Then we're going to work a front post double treble around the 3rd front post treble from round 16. Okay, so around here. Then we're going to miss a stitch and work a half treble. Then we're going to work a front post double treble around the 1st front post treble from round 16. So we're going to miss a stitch and work a half treble. And another half treble. And another. So that's after you've done your cross, that's 3 half trebles into the next 3 stitches. Then we are going to work a front post treble around the 1st treble that makes that first V. Then we're going to work 2 half trebles into the chain 1 space of the V. And then we're going to work a front post treble 2 tog over the next 2 trebles that make up the next 2 V's. There we go. So we're going to do this bit 9 times. So we've done it once. So we're going to work another 2 half trebles into the next chain 1 space and a treble, front post treble 2 tog. So we've done it once, so we've got another 8 times to go. So 2 half trebles and a front post treble 2 tog. So we've done that 9 times now. So in your last chain 1 space of that edge, we're going to work 2 half trebles. Then we're just working a front post treble around that last treble of your last V. So now we're going to work a treble into each of the next 3 stitches. a half treble, sorry, work a half treble into each of the next 3 stitches. And then a front post double treble round the 3rd front post treble along on your 16th row round. Miss a stitch and work a half treble into the next stitch, and then work a front post double treble around the 1st front post treble from round 16. Then miss a stitch and work 3 half trebles, and that should bring you to the end of that row. So now we can work into the corner what we did here, which was a half treble, chain 2 and a half treble. So that is what we're repeating. So just remember all your stitches in between are half trebles at the end, half trebles here. They're in between your front post treble 2 togs, they're half trebles, and so are your corner stitches. Then these are front post double trebles, and this is just a front post treble 2 tog. Okay, so if you finish that, and we'll look at the stitches. So now that we've finished round 18, we should have 51 stitches in between each of the chain 2 corner spaces. So that'll be 1 half treble that's into your corner space from the previous round, then 3 half trebles on either side. Your front post double treble cross, that consists of 3 stitches because you've got your front post double treble coming down to here, and then your half treble that's in the middle, and then your other front post double treble. Then you've got your 3 half trebles here, your front post treble here, then your 2 half trebles in between each of your front post double treble 2 togs, and you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 front post double treble 2 togs with your 1 front post treble on either side. So that should all add up to 51 stitches. So now we can move on to round 19 with the black yarn.